What's up YouTube, it's JGK, and in this video I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Goth's scene, emo, alternative culture in general. So I think this relates to music because, well, there's a lot of music made within the Goth scene, emo culture, and I want to get my thoughts on this culture, on these people, and what I think of them. And to be honest, even though I don't dress Goth or scene or emo or alternative, I do like this culture and I do like the music they make. And at the end of the day, these people that are Goth, scene, emo, or alternative, they're people like anybody else. There's good and bad people in all walks of life, you know. And I know they get a lot of flack from some people and they kind of get hated on, you know, which is unfortunate because there's always going to be good and bad in everything. Just because they dress different or have a different style, you know, it doesn't define who they are as a person. That's fucking stupid. And, you know, my thoughts on Goth, emo, scene, alternative culture in general is I think it's a cool culture, honestly. I think they have a cool culture. I like the way they dress. I think they have a cool style. I think they have a cool fashion. I like how they express themselves. I think their world is interesting. Their view is interesting. I like, you know, them in general. I think it's all just very interesting, and the music that comes from that world is absolutely amazing. I mean, one of my favorite music artists of all time is Blood on the Dance Floor, and they're alternative scene emo, and their music is absolutely amazing. I love Blood on the Dance Floor. Their music is fantastic. It's great. It is really good. They're one of my favorite artists. Cinema Bazaar, that's a really good band. They're kind of alternative scene emo glam, and I really like Cinema Bazaar. They got some really good songs, really good pop rock band. They make great music, you know. So I love BOTDF. I love Cinema Bazaar. In terms of Goth stuff, I like Project Pitchfork. They got some really good songs. Time Killer's good, Rain's good, Lament's good. Trying to think of some other ones, but those are some of the good songs. I like some stuff by Project Pitchfork. They got some good stuff. Star Child, that's another great song by Project Pitchfork. I guess if you want to say Deuce from Hollywood Undead, I love Deuce. I think he's fucking awesome. He kicks ass. I like him as well, and I like his music. He's a badass artist. And then I would also say I like, who are some other ones? I'm not the biggest fan of Tokyo Hotel, but I do like a few songs by them. I like Scream, that's my favorite by them. And I like Dark Side of the Sun and like a few others. They're all right. I'm trying to think of any other ones I like that are from that field. Oh yeah, Rob Zombie. I like some Rob Zombie's music, like Dragula and Super Beast. So yeah, the Goth, alternative, emo scene culture in general, they have really good music. And, you know, even though I don't dress Goth or emo or scene, and I don't dress myself that way, I still respect those people and that culture, and I really like it, and I'm a huge fan of it. Not only do I think the people are interesting in the way they view the world, how they look, how they dress, how they are in general, and how they carry themselves as people, I think they're really cool and interesting, and I like them. I'm a fan of it, but I also love the music that comes out of that world. So, you know, any people out there who are Goth, emo, scene, alternative, you know, as long as you're a good person, shout out to you. You know, do what you want to do in life, dress how you want, listen to the music you want, you know. Fuck the people that put you down, because there's going to be good, bad people in every part of the world, you know. Like me, for example, I'm a white guy, right? And there's plenty of people that are white that are pieces of shit. I mean, look at the 70s. There's plenty of white people who are serial killers. Does that make me a serial killer? No. So that's all I got to say in this video. Shout out to Goths and emos and scenes and alternative people. I just wanted to do a thoughts video on these people, their culture, and their music. I'm a fan of all of it in general, and I think it's awesome. I think it's cool, and I think it's interesting. And one more thing I should say is how I got introduced to it. That's what I should say. I mean, growing up, Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie, they were kind of played around me, but what really introduced me to this world was Blood on the Dance Floor, which is why they're my favorite music group from that culture, and why I like the culture so much. In 2011, I was in school, and there was like this class where they played music in this room, and one of the songs that was picked was Looking Hot and Dangerous. And when I heard it as a kid in 2011, I couldn't fully hear it because there was kids in the classroom talking and, you know, yelling and stuff, and I was young. But the parts I heard of the song, especially at that young age, I was like, what is this? I've never heard something like this before. And then I remember I went home that day and I was watching the Rad Brad. I looked up that song, I listened to it, and I was stunned. I was like, I've never heard music like this before. Like, this is something else. And I'm not meaning it in a bad way, by the way. And then the next day, let me tell you something. I decided to watch their music video Bewitched and listen to it. That blew my mind. That, when I was a kid in 2011, that next day, when I watched the music video for Bewitched and saw the visuals and heard the song, I fell in love with the band. And that's how I got introduced to this culture in general. I still remember that. It was exciting as hell. For the first time when I saw it, I was like, you know, it was amazing. Just watching that Bewitched music video and hearing how the music sounds, seeing how they look, seeing the visuals of this video. Because I never was introduced to that world, you know? And I was like, wow, this is so fucking cool. This is so different. I never knew about this before. And it blew my mind, and I was just shell-shocked and stunned, and I became in love with that music, and that's how I became introduced to the culture of goths, alternative, emo, and scene people. And I like the whole culture and people in general, and that was kind of the story that introduced me to it. That's really all I got to say in this video. This was JGK. If you're a fan of music and you like to hear someone talk about music, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, notification bell, because we talk about music on here. And sorry if the videos aren't the best. I used to have another YouTube channel, and this is a brand new one. So I'm it's like trying to learn how to fight or ride a bike. So I feel like I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna get better as I go along, basically. But that's it for the video. Peace.